What is probate? Hi, Rob Thomson here with Thomson Law Firm, and in today's video, I'm going to answer that question. What is probate? Probate is a legal process that happens in a court that has jurisdiction over probate matters. What are probate matters? Well, this involves administering the estates of deceased citizens, or not necessarily citizens, but deceased residents of the county in which we're in that court. Okay, that's a lot of legal jargon. It just means that we've got to make sure that the right people who are legally entitled to get the stuff, and also we want to make sure that if there are any debts that must be paid, they also get paid. So probate is really a three-step process. I call it the Texas three-step because I can't dance. And if I get out on a dance floor, then I'll probably do something that resembles a three-step. I don't know, that's just a silly dance joke. I'll probably edit that out. So Texas three-step, probate, okay. It means that the personal representative or executor or the independent administrator, or whatever term we're using, because there are a lot of terms, depending on whether the person had a will or didn't have a will. And so what is that three-step? Okay, I'll get to it. At first, the executor, if you will, gathers the assets. They make sure that they understand the scope of the decedent's estate. Okay, what did they have? What was it worth? Where is it? Okay, those are the three important questions that they ask, and then they bring the stuff. They make sure that they have custody and control of all the assets, and then they pay the debts that have to be paid, because there are some that will have to be paid. Some of the debts don't have to be paid. Some of them just go poof. But and the executor or the administrator ought to know the difference. They can look it up in the estates code, or they can consult an attorney. But there's a list in the estates code, which debts have to be paid, which debts do not, okay? And then the third step in the Texas three-step probate process is to distribute the assets to the people who are entitled to them, whether that's the beneficiaries if the decedent had a will, or maybe it's the heirs. If the person didn't have a will, we call the people who receive the assets heirs, okay? And that's the probate process in a nutshell for Texas. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, or if you'd like to learn more about basic estate planning concepts in Texas, head on over to estateplanblueprint.com and get our free family estate planning guide. And I'll see you next time.